morning, San Diego. I'm Danuta. Welcome to Sun Up. Boy, do we have a show for you. We have 300 people in the audience, and they are ready to go. This morning, we have some very interesting people we are going to meet. We're going to meet a man who believes that war in space is a possibility and could soon be a reality. We're also going to meet Randy Gardner and Ty Babylonia, those super skaters. And we're going to do some cooking with Donna Roll, just to name a few things. Now, this is a potato. And those of you who missed us yesterday, you get a chance to see it again today. We're going to... Let me toss the potato to Jerry, and if he catches it, it won't get mashed. Get it? Oh, gee.
She threw it under the table, but we got it on the third hop. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome back the star of yesterday's Sun Up San Diego, Tom Hughes, everybody, huh? This, I must tell you, Tom, in his potato pillow.
My potato pillow.
Put that away, Tom.
Okay.
Later. Plenty of time for that.
Okay.
Tom is one of the few guests we have ever invited back the next day. The response, Tom, was, I would say apathetic, would be the way to characterize it, but we had some space to fill. No, we wanted you back.
Now, people love potatoes, right? Okay.
Tom, for those who missed the show, is a teacher by profession, found himself, of all places, in Belgium in 1975, and for a fifth grade project, checked out some museums and found out that there are 25,000 museums in the world, but none on potatoes, and that was the class project, developed into the world's only potato museum, and he's the curator. Tom.
That's right.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm making my Christmas cards. You know, you plan ahead, and you can do it with potato prints.
Look at this.
Here's a potato.
Potato prints.
And I'm getting ready, and you can do lots of different things. We were doing this with the children.
There we go.
We were doing it with the children at the Space Theater yesterday, and they were making different decorations. You can do lots of things with potatoes other than to eat them.
That's wonderful.
And I'm very pleased that the Lay's Potato Chip people have me going around talking about potatoes and collecting things for a road show about potatoes.
Is there anything you don't know about potatoes?
Well, I'm certainly the king of potato trivia.
I think
so. We made some little animals and little creatures.
This
little ducky.
This grew this way, right?
It grew that way. We put the head on it, but here's a little...
This guy right in there.
And a little potato mousey. And you know, potatoes can be used as decorating items. People used to even do wallpaper with their potatoes, the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Come on.
They would print on the walls with...
Like you just did on the Christmas card.
Here's a little...
Thanksgiving is coming.
Yeah, you can do
a little potato turkey.
A little potato turkey. I was working on another one today that could be... You could use this pattern over and over again for the tablecloth. If you wanted to at a party.
So all you need is one of these little inked pads and some potatoes.
That's right.
Okay.
And another thing you can do now, I have my spud gun ready all the time.
We showed this yesterday. We should demonstrate it again.
Now
This is a potato gun. You just dig it into the potato.
Gouge it into the potato.
And you point it at the floor director. And you hit him in the...
Well, I don't ever really point it at anybody, and then you pump it.
I don't like him.
Okay. Huh?
Whoa! Got him in the heart.
Let me tell you, one time a Japanese visitor came to the museum and he said, they're very spiritual in Japan, you know, they said, don't you feel like you're damaging the potato, mutilating it, doing it that way? And I said, well, first of all, my chickens like to eat the little morsels of potato, but you know, the Japanese have always done a thing called ikebana.
Look at this.
And you can take fresh flowers and you can make an arrangement because, you know, the potato has 78% water, and these are dried, but you could take fresh things.
So it'll get its water.
And the flowers will keep their water, and the Japanese call it ikebana. I call it spudibana. And you can make wonderful flower arrangements, decorations, anything like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, is that something? Just one little item. You brought along some slides.
Okay.
First of all, before that, there is a song that Tom brought, right? There's a musical anthology.
We're hearing Louis Armstrong's Potato Head Blues. He said it was his favorite and one of his early hits.
There he is, Mr. Potato Head, dancing along to the Potato Blues.
Visitors can hear about 30 different songs from potatoes.
By the way, if you just tuned in, this is not Sesame Street. I don't care what it looks like. This is Sun Up San Diego, and this is Thomas Hughes, the curator of the Potato Museum. There are other great potato songs, too, aren't there?
Well, yes, we have lots of them. There's many to do with potato chips, fish and chips. They're in England. They have many songs. And there's, you say potato, I say potato.
Right.
That sort of thing.
How about I Only Have Eyes for You?
That's a potato song.
Good one.
That's definitely a potato song. Right. And we have some slides to show from the museum.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the collections from the dusty files of the Potato Museum.
This is, shows how the exhibit looked at one time, and it reminds me to say that vodka and aquavit and many other things are made from potatoes, and we have many specimens of that.
Are the bottles all filled?
Some of them are filled, yes, and emptying.
Now this is
many different colored potatoes that were the Spanish first found when they were looking for gold in South America. They found potatoes, and that's what they look like. Many colors. Here's some California potatoes in the old days.
Come on. Are you kidding?
Some big potatoes out here in California.
What is that?
That is a picture, a postcard in the old days that people would send back east when they wanted to boast about how great California was.
That's terrific.
Here's the famous painting by Van Gogh, The Potato Eaters, and this really started me out on the idea when I learned that you can live on potatoes alone. They're full of protein, minerals, vitamins. The only thing they don't have in them is fat, really. Less than 70 calories in a potato, about the same as an apple.
You can subsist.
You can live on potatoes alone and maybe a little milk. Here's a Belgian family during the First War going out and planting potatoes in their backyard. And this is what they had to do because the occupation army took away all the potatoes. They had nothing to live on but potatoes, they tell me, many of them. Here's a potato dance.
What?
People have done a lot of things, and here they are dancing with potatoes.
Pass the potato and all.
No, it's a kind of a marathon dance.
Is that, no, I've been at parties where in high school, no, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. In high school, we would all get in a row, right? And you'd have to pass the potato.
Oh, sure, it's a great game.
We did it with a grape, but, you know, I went to a pretty fast high school there. A couple of the potato utensils, I don't know if we got them all yesterday.
This is the kind of thing that makes a different kind of a chip, and I use it for printing. You can make a potato chip. The French by the way, take the potato very seriously in their cooking, and they can do wonderful things with the potato.
Can you actually make a potato chip?
Well, I don't make a very good potato chip. I can make this kind of thing, but you know, the kind that, what you would do is you would go like that, and then you would go like that on the sideways, and you would have this kind of chip.
It's a mesh potato.
Right.
Can you take a look at that?
But, you know, the potato chips are made from quality potatoes, and the only thing you have to do is have the proper temperature, but if I did it in my house, I would probably destroy some of the nutrients because I wouldn't have the proper temperature.
You showed us this one yesterday. This is the potato scrubber.
This is the scrubber. It's called Spuddy, and it's safe for children to use. It just scrubs off the outer layer, but you really shouldn't always do that because the potato is a high fiber food.
The good stuff.
Yeah, well, the good stuff is really all the way underneath this, but this is fiber. But if you want to clean your potatoes, you can use a Spuddy, and children can even help in KP, in kitchen patrol.
They tell me that potatoes have, and this was hard for me to swallow, if you pardon the expression, more vitamin C than citrus fruit?
They do. Yes, they do.
Wait a minute.
Or certainly as much, but
You're in California. We have oranges.
Well, you grow a lot of potatoes in California as well.
Is it a big potato
Yes,
state?
it is a very big potato state. And you want to hear my potato whistle?
Wait, how many want to hear his potato whistle?
That's to call all the little potatoes to dinner, you see? And they come all running along to my table.
All the French fries and all this stuff. The Germans, another little... I've done a lot of potato research since yesterday, Tom, because I may open the Southern California branch out here. I'm heavily into potatoes now. The Germans used potatoes for fuel.
Yes.
Right? Tell us about that.
Before the First War, they had so many potatoes, and they were worried about being cut off, from other fuel sources, so they took the potatoes and made an ethanol fuel, an alcohol fuel. They powered their engines, they powered their motors, they powered street lamps and home appliances. And we're starting to get back in that now.
I think one thing I would like to suggest when you go back to the Potato Museum, there should be a special shrine for a great San Diegan, Ray Kroc, right? Of McDonald's, also owner of our San Diego Padres, who did more, I think, for the French fry and ultimately the potato, than maybe they were American.
Well, we are honoring all great people who've done things with potatoes.
You're one of them. Tom Hughes.
Thank you.
Thank you. A nice hat for Tom, and we will be back on Sunup. Next, Space Wars.